Have you ever just felt like you had something to say, but you're not really sure why you felt the need to, like, communicate that message? I do, and that's kind of how I feel now. It's not that I think I have something profound that everyone's gonna learn from, or that I think that there are messages missing in talks about eating disorders. I guess that sometimes it just feels important. This is the first time in my life that I've ever felt important. And I just want to say that 13 years is a long time, and it's also not the end. There is no distinct real beginning, and there's also no distinct end to what we go through. But sometimes there are days where you can appreciate the beauty in everything, and that's something that you didn't feel your whole childhood. Or sometimes you feel like you aren't missing anymore. Like, there's not just like a negative space where you are, and it's actually you. I've had my eating disorder for 13 years, and I finally feel like I found myself. Are there many things to tell along the way? To explain how that happened? Yes. But the main thing I wanted to say was that you don't have an eating disorder because you want to be thin, because the media, you want to feel loved, and you want to belong, and you want to feel worthy. And for some of us, that means we want to be noticed in the only way we know how, which is to communicate through our bodies. For some people, it means that food has become that comfort and that parent that we never had, and we didn't have that unconditional love. It also means, for me, it's meant many different things throughout different points in my life. And most recently, it was this feeling of being trapped in a life I didn't feel like I chose, and something I felt like I couldn't escape from. Kind of like a victim in a way, and crying out in the only way I knew how, which was, I'm sick, help me. Even after 7 years of individual therapy, it's still how I felt. I needed to communicate. And what I've discovered this year is that what you really need isn't like what you think it is. And what I always thought I needed was someone else, or like the world in general, to tell me, you've finally done it. You're finally worthy. You're finally accepted by like different milestones, whether it's my weight, or a comment from somebody, or getting my degree, or getting a career I thought I was supposed to have. And what I found this time is that all I really need is to be the child that I was never able to be. And that means living in not just living in the moment, but it's not full of blocks and fears about the future. It means that you get to celebrate life. You get to be thankful for the first time. And you get to live without apologizing. Being a child as a 26-year-old means you get to have that parent that you never had, and that becomes yourself. You get to tell yourself you are wanted, you are loved, you are deserving, you're worthy. And when you have that, you don't need that eating disorder anymore. And it still comes up. It's going to come up every day. I know for me, 13 years doesn't change overnight. It doesn't change by having affirmations. It doesn't change by meditating. It doesn't change by living like a child again. And what would my dream be? I'm back to literally that 5-year-old that was like, I'm going to be an artist, regardless of what anyone tells me. And my whole life, the messages were brought down. That's not a career. You can't do that. That's just not possible. And when you get to think like a kid again, anything's possible. And it sounds so cheesy, and things that I never wanted to listen to, because I'd always want to tell people, no, it's not possible. Like, it's not possible the way I want to live. But what also isn't possible is to continue to stay alive when you're starving. And that's something that I feel like I just found out. It's one or the other. It's another, who knows, 20 years of your eating disorder, or it's another year until you die because you couldn't live without it. That's where I am, and that's where I'm starting, and I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. I don't know where I'll be in 2 weeks. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not an experienced speaker. I actually am extremely introverted, and very self-conscious about my appearance, especially, just to be expected. I just hope that maybe one person will hear it. Like when I heard it when the time was right, and I hope you're hearing it when the time is right too. And just know you're not alone. You're loved, you're worthy, you're deserving, and you don't need another 13 years of